What's up, guys? Jason back to my channel. Tonight I'll be doing a review from Monday Night Raw that finished few minutes ago and stuff. Just so you guys know real quick. Finally, I mean I saw it already, but I finally, as you tell, I finally uploaded the video um, Forbidden Door. It was supposed to be finished last night, but man, it was taking forever and stuff. And I did this morning, and it finished. I had to cancel the uploading last night, and then went back, went sleep and stuff, then redid the uploading again, and finally, which I came back from the store and stuff around 12 something or whatever, it finally finished uploading. So yeah, I was having issues uploading it last night. So, anyways, let's go and get to it then. From there, okay, so here we go. From there, main event Jey Uso is shown in a sea of fans, and we get the Goodfellas kitchen scene single camera shot as we follow the Master V to the ring for our opening segment of the show. As he reaches the square circle, the camera shot changes to show Cole being joined by Corey Graves this week. Uso starts off by welcoming us to Monday Night Raw, and then brings up Money in the Bank being this Saturday. He talks in fragments with the crowd loudly yelling "Yeet" after he takes a breath each time as the new modern "What" chant. As he continues talking, he vows he will be the one to retrieve the briefcase and become Mr. Money in the Bank for 2024. Theme for Chad Gable then hits to cut him off, and out comes Gable saying, "Enough of that word. I don't even want to repeat it." He tells the Boston idiots in attendance that "yeet" isn't even a word. Gable continues to walk to the ring as he talks about all that he has overcome lately, such as his Alpha Academy family leaving him and the Wyatts attacking him. He sells in the ring, and Uso asks, "Didn't the Wyatts finish you off already?" Gable ends up sneaking attacking Uso. Alright, Uso fights back and takes over, so Gable tucks out and exits the ring. As he backs off, he gloats up, but when it happens, the lights go out with a loud sound. The single piano note begins playing and intensifying as a strobe light flashes and around the ring. Fans chant "Holy shit" as Gable looks scared as hell, trying to slowly walk to the back. He ends up getting stopped when a giant spotlight shines in one area he was trying to leave, and a giant shadow of one of the Wyatts appears. He goes to do the same a few feet in the same direction, and the same thing happens with the crowd gasping each time. Gable ends up finding an escape route through the crowd, slowly walking backwards up the steps, looking in every direction with his eyes wide as ever. The Sister Abigail version of Nikki Cross once again crawls over to Michael Cole on commentary and leaves something on the desk. We abruptly cut to a commercial break. On that note, when we return, Cole and Grace recap what just went down before we went into the first commercial break of the evening. He informs us that once again a VHS tape was delivered to them, and they are in the process of getting it to the production truck. To the message can be played tonight on the show. The two then begin running down the lineup for tonight. All right, first match. First match: Xavier Woods versus Karrion Kross. From there, the familiar sounds of the New Day Demon Heads, and out comes Xavier Woods for our opening match of this week's show. He sells inside the square circle, and then his music dies down, and the theme for his opponent begins playing. Out comes Karrion Kross, accompanied by members of the Final Testament. The bell sounds, and a New Day Rocks chant breaks out early, and Boston Woods comes at Kross strong. But Kross quickly takes over and enjoys a comfortable early offensively. Kofi Kingston shouts encouragement to Woods from ringside, and then Kross misses a spear in the corner, crashes and burning on the floor as a result. Woods dives through the ropes and hits a big splash on Kross. He chops him a few times and goes to whip him into a steel ring post, but Kross reverses Woods, stops himself, and Kross charges at him. Kross hoists Woods up and powerbombs him back first into the ring post. We see the slow motion replay of that. We transition into a mid-match commercial break. When we return from the break, we see Kross dominating Woods in what is turning into a one-sided match. Cole talks about the Authors of Pain yelling at them at ringside out of the clear blue. Woods rolls an overconfident cross with an inside cradle for the win. After the match, the offers a pain duo of Outcome and Razor sneak attack Woods and Kingston from behind. As Paul Ellering directs traffic, Kingston ends up fighting back, but when he goes for a dive onto AOP on the floor, he runs into a big shot from Cross, who then looks to break the arm of Kingston as Scarlett smiles inches away, watching it unfold. So winner is Xavier Woods. Alright, backstage, Damien runs into Dominic Mysterio for a walk and talk. He asks if he's talked to Rhea Ripley recently. Dom says he has and she's fine. Priest says she's not because he just talked to her. Dom says he's gonna handle this Liv Morgan thing tonight. Priest says he says that every week he should try doing something he says for a change. Dom tells Priest he's starting to sound like his dad. They enter the Judgment Day clubhouse where they see Liv Morgan mingling with Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Carlito. She said she was just leaving and wishes Daddy Dom good luck for his match tonight. Priest and Balor head off for a quick sidebar conversation. Balor takes issue with Priest's comments during his segment with Seth freaking Rollins last week. Priest says he's got worked up and only agreed to the stipulation for their title match at WWE Money in the Bank because he knows he can win. We head to another commercial break after this wraps up. Alright, next match is WWE Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan, who is a champion, for Zelina Vega. When we return from the break, we see a lengthy video package in honor of the late Sikoa Ohai, who passed away last week. After it wraps up, we shoot backstage for a quick pre-match interview with Zelina Vega. She then heads to the ring for our next match of the evening as we head to a quick pre-match commercial break. As we saw from the advertising timeout, we see a quick recap of the Wyatts earlier. Cole reminds us the VHS that was left with them this week will be played later in the show. The theme for Liv Morgan hits and out comes a smiling WWE Women's World Champion for her scheduled title defense. Samantha Irvin handles the final formal pre-match ring introductions for the champion and the challenger, and then the bell sounds to get this one official off and running. We see some basic early action, and then Morgan takes over and starts doing Rhea Ripley's moves in front of Dominic Mysterio, who came to ringside as Rey Mysterio. Liv keeps blowing kisses at Dom, but eventually the loss in focus allows Zelina to take over. Zelina hits a picture-perfect moonsault on the top row and a code red off the top row for a close pin attempt. Fans chant, "Shave your mustache," at Dom at ringside. For real, he needs to shave that fucking mustache. So ugly looking. Liv hits Zelina with Oblivion after Zelina throws a chair at Dom. Liv gets the pin and retain, and then follows Dom around like a puppy dog. Immediately afterwards, Kathy Kelly interviews her before she goes to the back, and she dedicates her win to her daddy Dom. So winner is still WWE Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. Alright, so we have a segment come out with Seth Freaking Rollins, the mark of a fighter. Mandela sponsored segment airs with Drew McIntyre talking about what it did to CM Punk and gloating about having his bracelet after it wraps up. We see Seth Freaking Rollins walking backstage in the background. We see Sonya Deville talking to Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, but we can't hear what they're saying. Back inside the TDD, Garden Cole and Graves talk about the WrestleMania 40 behind the current documentary that is being released on WWE this Wednesday on WWE's official champion. We sneak peek of a high anticipated behind the scenes documentary from this year's show on the Grand Stage of the Mall. After wraps up, we head to a commercial break. When we return, the visionary and the revolutionary of WWE makes his way to the ring. He does his usual catchphrase and then begins talking about Damian Priest and WWE Money in the Bank. This brings out Finn Balor to cut him off. Balor talks about Priest changing lately because of him. As Balor and Rollins trade verbal jabs, the theme for Damian Priest hits, and out comes the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He talks about how Balor isn't going to speak for him. Rollins thinks this is a setup for a Judgment Day attack. Priest assures him it's not. Rollins talks some trash, and Balor ends up attacking him from behind, making Priest look like a liar. Priest wasn't happy as he was having words with Balor. Rollins recovers and attacks Balor. He turns and Priest ends up taking him out and leaving him laying to the end the segment. Alright, next match is Women's Money in the Bank qualifier. Dakota Kai versus Ivy Nile versus Zoe Stark. Alright, the theme for Dakota Kai as a Damage Control member begins making her way to the ring for our lone women's Money in the Bank qualifier scheduled for tonight's show. As she sells inside the square circle, we should get sent to quick pre-match commercial break. When we return from the break, we see Priest and Balor backstage. He tells him not to get involved at Money in the Bank because he needs to do this on his own. He walks up, and Balor doesn't look happy. Back inside the arena, Zoe Stark's theme hits, and she comes to the ring. Ivy Nile is out next, and then the bell sounds to get this one started. Nile fights off Stark and Kai coming out of the gate, but gets sniped by Stark with a big shot for a close 2 count. After that, we should get into a mid-match commercial break as this high stakes contest continues. When we return, we see Stark and Nile both on the ropes in the corner. Kai ends up as well, where Nile ends up hitting a double bulldog off the middle rope. Moments later, we see things get down to the nitty-gritty, where the members of Damage Control comes out and get involved, leading to Stark picking up the win to qualify in the final spot for the women's ladder match at WWE Money in the Bank 2024. So winner qualifying for women's Money in the Bank, Zoe Stark. Alright, VHS tape number 2, Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy talk about the reckoning. We heard Cole talk again about the VHS tape left by the Wyatts earlier tonight. The video once again is a one-on-one interview with Bo Dallas talking to Uncle Howdy and a super heavily edited and awesome video package. He talks about being forgotten and left to the side and becoming a family and others in similar circumstances. The video seems to slowly show the morphing of Bo Dallas into Uncle Howdy character that he is appearing to be talking to us, the viewers. He talks about how there are those who must pay for their sins. He says he is the voice of the reckoning. He is the reckoning. I am nobody. The morphing of Dallas to Howdy gets more and more intense, and then we see a wide shot. The Uncle Howdy character disappears. Bo Dallas is shown sitting alone as set them free. Dallas disappears, and now it is just Uncle Howdy. There you are, he says. As the segment comes to an abrupt end, very good stuff. Once again, Cole and Grace promote Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio coming up next. So we head to another commercial break. Alright, Chad Gable's backstage. As we saw back in from the break, we see a gloom-looking Otis eating by himself when up walks Chad Gable. You see the new Wyatt video. They're talking about me. He talks about how he called Otis stupid, a disappointment, and a blubbering idiot. He says he knows Otis hates him. Otis says he doesn't hate him. Otis tells Gable, this isn't our problem, it's yours. Gable says he's right, but who knows who's after him. It could be Otis or even Maxine Dupri. He says if that comes, he'll have their back. The segment ends with Michael Cole saying, please don't fall for it, Otis. Alright, next match is Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Back inside the TD Garden, we hear the iconic sounds of Rey Mysterio's theme song. The WWE Hall of Fame legend makes his way out and heads to the ring for our next match of the evening. As he nears the ringside area, his music cuts off and is abruptly switched to the theme for his son and opponent for this bout, Dominic Mysterio. The bout sounds official offering this father versus son showdown and rematch from WrestleMania 39. After some brief back and forth early action, we head to a quick mid-match commercial break. When we return, we see Liv Morgan at ringside and all hell breaks loose. Dom ends up knocked off the apron onto Liv. The opposite of what happened in previous weeks on the show, Liv has a big smile as she paws all over Dom while he's mounted on top of her. Rey comes out and brings Dom back into the ring. Zelina hits a Dez Prez on Liv at ringside for a big pop. Back in the ring, Dom hits a 619 on Rey, but then hell breaks loose again, culminating in Rey picking up the win. Dom isn't happy. Liv is asking if he's okay and saying it's not her fault as they head to the back. So winner is Rey Mysterio. Alright, we have a Sheamus video package here. An elaborate Sheamus video package, much like Drew McIntyre's from earlier tonight, airs now to promote the main event, Money in the Bank men's qualifier triple threat match scheduled for later this evening. In the video, Sheamus literally says it was his dream to one day make it to WWE. with Money in the Bank 2 times. No, seriously, he had dreams of winning Money in the Bank, becoming champion, losing the title, and becoming Mr. Money in the Bank again. Again, apparently. Alright, we have a segment coming out with Sami Zayn. After this wraps up, we return inside the TD Garden where Sami Zayn's theme hits as the WWE Intercontinental Champion emerges. We shift gears and head to quick match commercial break. When we return, we see footage of Shinsuke Nakamura in the corner of Ray Treasuria for his UFC 303 win over Carlos Hernandez in Las Vegas over the weekend. Back live inside the arena. Zayn, it feels good to be here tonight as your Intercontinental Champion. He brings up his scheduled title defense against Braun Breaker at the Money in the Bank this weekend. He says the talks is that Breaker is going to run through him in Toronto. He says he gets it. Breaker is athletic and powerful as hell. He's fast as hell. He's been breaking people in half every week or all. He gets it. Alright. With that said, he wants to repeat this one more time at WWE Money in the Bank. He is going to beat Braun Breaker as he continues to talk. The dogs begin barking, and the theme for Breaker his outcomes the formal WWE NXT World Champion to confront the IC Champ in the ring. Breaker says Zayn actually earned some of his respect. He says, whereas most guys in the back turn and walk away from him, Zayn sought him out and offered him a title opportunity. He assures Zayn that he respect is out the window this weekend because in this ring he's going to break him and decimate him to become the new IC champ. Zayn points out that many have said the same thing in the past. Many have even done the same thing in the past. The difference is Zayn is always gets back up. He tells him he'll see him this weekend in Toronto. Breaker goes to leave but stops and turns and runs through Zayn with the spear. He leaves him laying and heads to the back. Well, not really, but Breaker looks like he's leaving for real this time, but stops and then begins sprinting down the ramp and around the ring where he charges at Zayn for a massive spear over. Only this time Zayn leapfrogs him and Breaker blasts him into the steel steps. Zayn begins brawling with him and gets the better of things briefly. Breaker leaps over a Helluva Kick and runs over Zayn with a spear again to leave the IC champ lane. He holds the IC title high in the air as he looks down at a crumbled Zayn at his feet. That's how this go home segment for the IC title tilt this weekend wraps up. After this finish up, we head to a commercial break. So all hell breaks loose backstage. When we return, we see Dakota Kai and the Damage Control. She is upset about people getting involved in Damage Control business. Up comes Live Valkyria to talk trash to her, and then we see a giant women's brawl with the other breakout. Adam Pearce rushes to the scene with security to try and break things up and restore. Alright, main event time. Men's Money in the Bank qualifier. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Ilya Dragunov. Main event time. But first, Colin Grace to introduce a elaborate video package that looks back at the Bloodline Acknowledgement ceremony from this past Friday night's episode of the SmackDown, with the Wise Man Paul Heyman refusing to acknowledge Solo Sikoa with his new tribal chief. Okay. That obviously resulted in Bloodline Triple Power buying him through the commentary table and sending him off in an ambulance. WWE boasts over 60 million views across various digital and social media platforms for the segment of the June 28th Blue brand. Back live, Cole and Grace promote the WWE Money in the Bank kickoff media event, blah blah. Alright, so that kickoff thing. After that, we head to the Ilya Dragunov video package like McIntyre and Sheamus once earlier, promoting tonight's main event qualifier bout for Money in the Bank. We return live from the TD Garden where we have the premiere sounds of the theme song for the Scottish Warrior. Out comes Drew McIntyre. As McIntyre heads to the ring for our final match of the evening, we should gears into a commercial break. Alright, matches back inside from ring. The theme for Sheamus hits. Cole proclaims it is fight night as a Celtic Warrior makes his way to the ring. The entrance tune for formal WWE World Champion Ilya Dragunov hits. Out comes the Man Dragon. The bell sounds. It's time to find out who filled the spot in the final spot the final spot in the men's ladder match at WWE Money in the Bank Transfer Premium Live event this Saturday night at Scotia Bank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We see some back and forth action, and then the fight spills out to the floor. Former friends turn enemies. Sheamus and McIntyre starts to go at it. When we return, we see Dragunov take the offensive lead. That Dragon hits multiple H bombs for close pinfall attempts, but ultimately can't get the job done. As Sheamus starts to immerse into the offensive lead again, we shift gears into a mid-match commercial break as this high stakes match continues. When we return, we see each of the three competitors come with seconds of picking up the win, but don't. In the end, McIntyre hits a Claymore kick for the W. Captain Kelly interviews him in the ring after he puts a bracelet he stole from Punk on and says he guaranteed he would win the qualifier. He is guaranteeing victory at Money in the Bank and also guarantees he's going to become WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and there's nothing CM Punk can do to stop him. So winner and qualifying for Money in the Bank, Drew McIntyre. Alright, good show tonight and stuff, and including the Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy. So yeah, that was good too. So anyways, that was the first video. Hope you like it. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button, leave a comment, or whatever you guys want to do. I don't care. That was it. And I see you guys for the review for AW Dynamite and stuff. So anyways, that was it. And see you guys in the next video. Laters.